WIBTA if I tell my best friend that she's insane for liking my BF?
Removed. Your post has been removed.
Hashtag do not repost this without contacting the mods. https://www.reddit.com/message/compose/question mark to /r/amethyshole for approval, including edited versions. Reposting without explicit approval. https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/wiki/fac#wiki_i_removed.3f will result in a ban.
This post violates Rule 11. Number partings, relationship, sex, reproductive autonomy posts. We do not allow posts involving changes to contact levels with friends, family members or acquaintances.
This includes ghosting, breaking off, cutting or reducing contact, or denying a relationship, or not, with anyone.
Rule 11 FAQs. https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/wiki/fac#wiki_no_partings.2 freelationship.2 fsx.2 freeproductive_autonomy_posts Subreddit rules. https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/about/rules/. ### Please ensure you have reviewed this message in full.
We will not respond to PMs to individual mods. Message the mods. https://www.reddit. dit.com/message/compose/question mark to =r/amethyshole with any questions. ### Please visit Find a Reddit to see if there's a more appropriate sub for your post. ###. NTA and she really needs professional help.
If you want to be formally creeped out, watch Single, White, Female. No, don't watch that movie. Not until you are out of this mess anyway.
Don't want to freak you out.
I searched it on Google. I'm way too scared to watch that at this moment. Open mouth smile, maybe in the future.
Make it a whole movie night with Fatal Attraction, 1987, The Crush, 1993, Swimfan, 2002, Poison Ivy, 1992, The Roommate, 2011, Rolling on the Floor Laughing. And invite Taylor.
Just the three of you. It would be so cozy. P. Swimfan. Lol. Obsessed with Beyoncé. Lol.
Admittedly, I felt on the fence. It may worsen her emotional condition shortly, but if things don't develop smoothly, she is warned.
Also, if her friend was already unhinged in other areas, it can be easier to process, make sense of it.
What's the movie about?
FFS, look it up. Def NTA, but I don't know if there's enough info to say conclusively that OP's friend is cray-cray or just a bad person.
It kind of sounds like OP's boyfriend may have been obliviously and inadvertently leading her on to some extent.
Like it sounds like she was sending him things like, "Hey, let's go to a spa and get in a hot tub together." And OP's boyfriend was like, "That sounds like a great idea." Maybe in his head these plans were for the three of them, but it sounds like it would be
why easy for this girl to get the wrong message.
But still, either crazy or a huge asshole. Also, the more I think about it, does no one else find the BF sus?
It's hard to imagine how anyone can be that oblivious, when someone is sending you texts about how the stars say you should be together. While it's quite odd, I can relate. Whenever I'm in a relationship, I shut up shop, and the only way I'm going to realize a mutual friend is hitting on me is if it's straight up unquestionable.
I mean absolutely spelled out like, "Hey, I know you're with X, but I really want to *CKU, type thing. Otherwise, I will be completely oblivious because I would simply never imagine someone doing that to someone else. Probably a bit naive, but that's me, and it sounds like it might be this bloke too. That would be my reaction, as well. Seriously, the BF being oblivious is totally believable. I have known a great many friends whose partners just have zero idea that they're being flirted with. I think because a lot of folks just kind of stop looking for those signs when they're happy in a relationship. You kind of just interpret everything as friendly until it's super blatant. What mental condition is texting someone you're into?
That sounds perfectly normal. I mean, if you think it's fine to attempt to flirt with a guy in a relationship, that's you. But if you think it's fine to flirt with someone who is supposed to be your best friend's partner, that's gross, and to then proceed to obsessively message him, and even try to perform some sort of love spell on him, we're starting to get into really weird territory.
She's not only disrespecting her supposed best friend but also OP's boyfriend by assuming he can't make the right choice in girlfriend.
It might not be a mental condition, but it doesn't exactly sound like someone fully in their right mind.
Casting love spells on your best friend's boyfriend and making up lies sounds normal to you?
Where did the friend make up lies?
She tried to flirt with BF and he assumed it was group invites for Op and himself. I didn't see anything above that indicates that she was lying about it, besides by omission. ETA just saw Op's comments about the lies. Disregard comment in its entirety lol.
They're already into astrology. That doesn't sound out of the ordinary for some TikTok video. Yes, lying when you're into your friends is extremely normal.
Okay, you also need professional help. Tears of joy, tears of joy. NTA. I don't know how our friendship can get over this, it can't. Like, even if she can forgive her friend. Is her boyfriend really supposed to ignore the fact that there was this crazy obsessed woman scheming to destroy his relationship? It seemed like it was never a true friendship. Just to add as well,
Taylor's dad passed away recently as well, and before he died, Taylor told him that she met the love of her life, Aaron, and other lies about him, and Taylor's dad passed away happy that Taylor is gonna be happy with Aaron?
Molly told me this as well because she believes that's why Taylor is so obsessed with Aaron, because it's her dying father's wish. Taylor's dad lived in Scotland and we live in England, so he only talked to her on the phone and wasn't able to see the truth for himself. I never thought Taylor was a pathological liar. There's been a few situations in that past with other friends that she's been exposed for a couple of white lies, but I would have never branded her a liar.
But her dad dying is recent.
She has been obsessed with him since you started dating 2 years ago.
Perhaps her dad dying has made it worse, but she has been a shit friend the whole time.
End the friendship. She has literally been plotting and trying for 2 years.
She isn't a friend. Time to ditch the friend and go as far away as possible.
I'm sorry, but it was not her father's last name. Dying wish. It was once again her vivid imagination making up stories so he would think she would be okay. It is still her lies, her own wants. This is not okay. She's even using her father's passing into guilting you into mind tricks that her behavior is okay. This situation is not acceptable. She's been lying to you for 2 years, jealous and planning how to be with him behind your back.
I am sorry.
But there are much better friends than her RO. ND. For this reason alone, just stop communicating with her and both you and Aaron block her on all social media, phones, email, and anywhere you can think of, because this woman is unhinged. Who knows what she'll try to do to get what she wants? You and Aaron don't need that kind of drama to come between you two. Run. There's no way that was his dying wish. More than likely he expressed happiness that she was happy and she twisted it in her own mind to justify her behavior.
SHR probably does need help, but I doubt that she'll go and get it based on you telling her that. I get that and am sorry she lost her dad, but that is not an excuse to not only covet your boyfriend but to actively try to pursue him while you're together.
She is not only gross for doing that but even more so for lying to her poor father. Especially on his deathbed. This girl sounds all kinds of mental and needs to get some psychiatric help. This is giving some major single white female movie energy for me. I'm seriously concerned for you and Aaron. I really hope you both cut all T's and communication with this crazy obsessed girl. If she persists after blocking, then perhaps into getting a no-contact or restraining order, or whatever the equivalent is in the UK.
I know it can't physically protect you, but at least if she tries to contact either of you while having that, then you can go after her legally and she could face some jail time, though they'd be better court ordering her to a psych unit or at least make her get a psychiatric evaluation.
Be careful, Op. Wishing
you and Aaron all the best.
Stay safe, Red Heart. I agree. This should be how Op and her boyfriend deal with her. NTA. She's delusional.
You and Aaron need to protect yourselves. This is not healthy. NTA. After all the messages she sent to your boyfriend and everything you've heard from Molly, I really don't think you can fix or continue this one-way friendship.
You saw her as a friend, while she viewed you as competition, the girl standing between her and the love of her life.
The friendship effectively ended with her growing obsession with Taylor, and, frankly, I couldn't trust someone like her to be a friend. If I were you, I wouldn't even want to see her. What's the point?
Why expose ourselves
to excuses or lies?
I would simply send her a text letting her know that I'm aware of her obsession with Taylor and that it's best we go our separate ways.
I don't want to meet up because it might get ugly, and I prefer to preserve the good parts of our friendship in memory. I'd defiantly suggest not hanging out with Taylor for at least 6 months if possible while she grieves the loss of her father. Hopefully after that you can be friends again and she'll have come back to her senses about the Aaron thing. But you can also just never talk to her again? I would however not tell her to get professional help cause of the Aaron thing? Maybe just somehow a grief counselor or SMTH? Maybe that alone helps her find her way again and you and Aaron can be in peace.
But she was obsessed with him way before her father died.
Emo, you should let Molly know you strongly feel Taylor needs help and cut ties with Taylor in a nice way.
I think her father dying is absolutely exacerbating the situation.
Obviously she's had a long-term obsession with Aaron, but now that she's told her dad about it and he's died, it's going to be that much harder for her to let it go.
I agree that she needs professional help, but I'm not sure you're the right person to talk to her about this. I think, for you, the safest thing is to distance yourself, while others, maybe Molly can help, intervene to try to suggest she get the help she needs.
Op. Did Aaron ever respond affirmatively to Taylor's invitations to eat out, watch a film, or go to a spa, thinking she was including all three of you?
If so, she would have perceived he alone accepted her invitations, thereby validating the hope of a relationship with him. Also, did she ever know him at all prior to your meeting him? Just wondering. I think since you have had such a long friendship with her and because of the passing of her father, you should speak with her, probably by phone, and let her know that Aaron is your boyfriend. He is not interested in her at all. He never has been. And there is a possibility he gave her the wrong impression to her queries on the phone. Let her know that you're sorry about the pain she has experienced in her life recently and that perhaps seeking grief counseling with a therapist would be beneficial to her. Then leave it at that. Nope. Well, yes, but nope.
It needs to come from Aaron, not his GF. If she's actually really buried that deep into the fantasy, hearing it come from her will be ignored or put down to, it must be working because she's come to me about it. Friendo sounds delulu, and I think if Aaron wants to make this stop he's going to have to confront her himself. Kindly, and respectfully, but making it clear that he's not interested in her in that way and that he'll always be a friend, but that's it.
Her dealing with the emotional breakdown from it probably will require therapy, but I don't see either Op or Aaron being the right person to tell her that. I disagree that Op isn't the one to tell Taylor about therapy, since they have been friends for so long. I disagree, for the reasons I've already stated. Winking face.
Lol. But it's all the internet and people are free to disagree. Have a good day, random stranger. Definitely, I would have Aaron tell her that he is taken and that he's not interested in her that way. If a guy the first was dating had a friend practically humping my leg, it would not be on me to tell him off. Why on earth would that be my responsibility?
If your friend isn't in their lane to this drastic, obsessive extent, you need to get rid of your friend.
Not my job.
I think language is super important here. and your suggestion in the original post that she may need professional help is likely the most productive way to look at the situation. A lot to unpack, obviously, and Emo Taylor needs to be the one unpacking and analyzing all of this from her own experience. Let's go easy on the crazy or bad person claims. As much as she is obviously obsessing over Aaron, she has not outright sabotaged your relationship, and I'm not a professional by any means. Bu T have enough personal and family experiences with OCD, borderline episodes to know that sometimes a bad mental state can lead to obsessive thinking, habits and behaviors, possibly even associating one's identity alongside someone else's, in this case Aaron's.
It is up to you how you handle it. Just keep in mind Taylor is likely not coming from a place of malicious intent and is struggling with herself, her situation and her father's death deep down.
Yikes, heavy stuff, but I hope you are able
to move on from the whole situation and find peace with it all. Yeah. Looks like you have been ignoring red flags and it's time to start distancing yourself, and Aaron needs to block her everywhere. NTA. Taylor may be really unwell mentally because of her dad's death, and she's turned her grief into an obsession with Aaron. She'd really benefit from some counseling, but I think for now it's probably best that you and Aaron take a break from her and make it clear that unless and until she gets some help, you won't have contact with her.
It's up to you if you want her back in your life, ever. Not the TikTok love spells.
I think you should take some time to think on whether you can get past this, since this is clearly something she's been working on for a while with all those messages she sent to Aaron. However, I do not recommend you tell her to get professional help. That's condescending and she likely won't react well.
Unless you decide you want to try and rebuild your friendship, there's possibly a gentle way you could bring it up to her, if you even think it's worth it. Good one.
This girl is not your friend.
She's actively trying everything in her power, TikTok love spells, to get your boyfriend to cheat on or break up with you.
Friends don't do that to each other. They just don't. There's no coming back from that. That said, don't tell her she's insane or that she needs professional help.
She frankly sounds like someone to be pitied.
Don't tell her anything face to face.
She's too unstable. Just tell her she told you while drunk about her feelings for Aaron and that you know how she's been trying to get you two to break up and it's not something you can get past.
Then don't respond to whatever shade of crazy she sends your way.
Also, Aaron sounds like a keeper. It's the ones who are not oblivious to women's advances you have to worry about.
Don't say that. You have the high ground, morally and socially, don't risk any blowback.
She can really twist a message saying, "You need professional help," to people that don't know the entire story.
Block her and be glad that you've escaped this flying bullet before she stepped up from stupid TikTok love spells.
This entire situation sounds so uncomfortable and weird, and I don't understand how anyone could ask someone else to break up with their boyfriend so they can date them. Cut her out of your life and tell your man to do the same. This is a time to cut this friend out. If Aaron was not loyal to you, then she would have cheated with him.
I think YWBTA if you said she was insane. The proper send-off would be a text or email.
Tell her about her drunken confession. You have been told about her texts to your boyfriend, etc. Under the circumstances, you feel it's time to close the chapter on your friendship. No further explanation is needed.
This doesn't need to be a talk-in-person kind of thing because she really has nothing to say that you need to hear at this point.
She can come to her own conclusions about her mental heal. When she loses the both of you. I like this suggestion for sure. Jesus, she needs serious help, but I would suggest you run.
NTA. Why would she need serious help? What about this indicates any serious mental illness? Obsessing over a guy your best friend is dating and actively trying to break them up, even going so far as to buy a love spell to use to make him leave your best friend, doesn't exactly scream mentally well.
She sounds unhinged. The only part of that that's even remotely odd is the spell,
which is probably just off some astrology, witchy TikTok thing. It's normal crazy, not get a psychiatrist crazy. This is a tale as old as time. In fact, I think I've heard some Greek myths that went exactly like this.
Greek myths aren't known for being sane or rational though. I, for myself, wouldn't serve the gods meat made of my own son just to test their omniscience.
The love spells?
At the very least.
Seems like a random TikTok video. No weirder than astrology or prayer. If you think this person is mentally stable, I'd be interested to see where you draw the line between stable and unstable. It's obvious this girl is either delusional or is a homewrecker, neither of which are healthy options.
But if you have another theory, I'd be interested to hear it.
Wanting to steal someone's boyfriend is not mental illness in any sense. It doesn't sound like she's particularly delusional either. What delusions does she have? Besides the astrology thing, but that's normal delusion. The line is the difference between temperamental and bipolar. One is being kind of a dick sometimes, the other makes it hard to function.
I would say it's delusional to believe it's okay to act that way. She's allowing herself to chase an already taken man that she hasn't received any returned affection from and then told her father they were going to be together. That shows a distinct break from the reality of the situation. Also, I do have to say that logical fallacies, things like black and white thinking of catastrophizing, are generally a part of thinking that is ingrained in childhood and usually requires guidance, i.e. therapy. Why? To work through. So even if she doesn't have a diagnosis, her thoughts are still disordered and she needs help.
Because what she is doing is not healthy in any way.
Not interested in your personal definitions.
It's not a mental illness to be a bad person or friend.
And why would you possibly think she thinks it's okay? She's clearly hiding it from her friend. I'm glad you walked it back from mental instability though, we could all use some counseling. Nice edit. I do believe she is unstable.
The talk with her dad, the love spell, and obsession shows it.
But I like that you avoid talking about those issues. Also, you're asking for a diagnosis, but so many diagnoses would actually fit these problems that it'd be disingenuous to apply just one with so little info. I don't really care if you can't wait 2 minutes. Obsession is not unusual with love. People tell white lies about what they wish were true all the time. I already talked about the love spell.
What part of that is unstable?
She hasn't actually done anything besides send him videos and drunkenly confess.
It's being terrible to your friend, but that's not unusual either.
If I can't wait 2 minutes.
Darlin', don't post something if you didn't put everything you wanted to in it.
Otherwise you can't get mad when people point out you're editing your comments.
Obsession is absolutely not a part of love. What are you talking about? This isn't a movie. Obsession has never been professionally considered to be healthy expression.
I'm tired. I've already made the points and now we are going in circles. You're obviously a bad faith arguer. Good night.
Why not?
It's reasonable.
Obsession most certainly is associated with a side effect of love. No one said it was healthy.
Clearly you're not reading what I'm writing.
Point to something done in bad faith.
Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy, you're funny. Wish I could say the same. Smiling face with hearts, smiling face with hearts, smiling face with hearts, so sweet. What a pleasure it's been talking to someone with zero to offer the discussion.
Best of luck, darlin'.
You'll need it. I am the discussion LMAO. I love these late edits. Keep backtracking, darlin'.
Again, I don't care if you can't wait 2 minutes. That is reasonable and it's giving you exactly what you asked for. Maybe work on your own obsession?
Lol, you're a mess.
That's why this ticked me off a bit.
Clearly lots of people are here just to name call like school children.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think that "wish I could say the same" comment was any nicer?
I was trying to have a genuine conversation. You weren't adding anything.
You just wanted me to defend and defend. So I tried to just end the conversation because it's exhausting talking to someone that seemingly has zero understanding of how mental health works. But you couldn't stop there.
You wanted to make me feel bad too. So what you were complaining about, you did.
How is it not perfectly consistent to call people out for being an ass in both situations?
Info. How did you meet Aaron?
Did you and Taylor meet him at the same time at a social event, school, or dinner with mutual friends, etc.?
Or did you and Aaron meet via dating app, website?
Clearly she's feeling some kind of rivalry, sense of competition with you, though it is definitely unhealthy and damn inappropriate. If you do speak with her, you should indeed tell her how her actions make you feel, and how inappropriate they are to anyone in a committed relationship. NTA.
Me and Aaron used to work in the same office. We got closer because all the coworkers go to the pub on Fridays. First time Taylor met him, she didn't even seem that interested to get to know him. She only started being more friendly in the past year.
Yeah, she's developed an unhealthy sense of rivalry with you.
Tell her how inappropriate her messages and invitations to Aaron are.
Be advised that the friendship with Taylor is indeed at risk. But if she's acting this strangely, then this facet of her personality was always a time bomb.
I second this.
Don't forgive Taylor, dump her and tell her mum how inappropriate Taylor has been so her mum can give her a right scolding about boundaries and respecting other people's relationships.
NTA.
That is just beyond. I don't know that you should tell her that she needs professional help, but you can certainly say that you are both hurt and horrified to see the extent she's gone to try to seduce your boyfriend away from you, and it makes you question your entire friendship. Wow dude, that is not your friend.
If she was your friend, she would respect your relationship and boundaries when talking with her BF. A real friend would never try to ruin your happiness for their own gain. I suggest both of you drop and block her on all socials.
This girl is not your friend.
She's actively trying everything in her power, TikTok love spells, to get your boyfriend to cheat on or break up with you.
Friends don't do that to each other. They just don't. There's no coming back from that. That said, don't tell her she's insane or that she needs professional help.
She frankly sounds like someone to be pitied.
Don't tell her anything face to face.
She's too unstable. Just tell her she told you while drunk about her feelings for Aaron and that you know how she's been trying to get you two to break up and it's not something you can get past.
Then don't respond to whatever shade of crazy she sends your way.
Also, Aaron sounds like a keeper. It's the ones who are not oblivious to women's advances you have to worry about. NTA at all. That girl is delusional and needs professional help as soon as possible. And you need to step away from her. In a comment you said that she said to her dying father he found the love of her life?
And it was your BF? You can't know how much of her life and your friendship is a lie anymore. Your man and you need to run. She can get sympathy from other friends if she deserves it. But in my eyes she definitely lost that privilege with you. That's in case you are wanting to be by her side if she gets the help she needs.
I would also set up doorbell cams at your homes just in case things get dicey. NTA friends don't try to steal so's. Run fast from this, don't say anything else. NTA, Aaron and I should hang out.
When I met my wife like 4 girls were trying to date me but I'm kinda dumb. The best was when one called me and I was on speakerphone and she asked if it was too late.
I said no, it's only 11, I'm still up.
My now wife's face explained everything to me. At least she knows I'm too dumb to cheat. NTA for gently letting your friend know that you know she has a crush on your BF but that you hope she realizes that you and your BF are tight and so she really should try to move past that crush. She may need some counseling for her ideation. I don't know. You will have to judge that when you see how she reacts to your gentle confrontation.
In the end, what your friend chooses to do will be her decision and likely not influenced by your conversation. Beware if afterwards she becomes irate towards you or your BF, as then I'd worry about what she might do. She's obviously been underhandedly aggressive about this and could turn hateful. Contact her parents if you become concerned about her reaction.
You think you are friends? Friends don't do this.
Maybe she can't help having feelings but she can help acting on them. Complete backstabber. You already said she has a past history of lying too. Time to take off the rose-tinted glasses and get rid of her.
This has already spiraled far out of control. Time to direct your energy in a new direction away from your former friend.
Your friend Taylor, the one who believes in TikTok love spells. Can give her my number? I have some magic beans I'm looking to sell. Do you actually think she's obsessed with Aaron, or is she actually jealous with you? This. I think this sounds like she is obsessed with being up. Aaron could be anyone. She's jealous that Op has a boyfriend and what she sees as the perfect life.
I had a friend like this once and it never stops. It starts with them buying the things you have, to wanting the same job and hobbies, liking the same music, and then obsession with your partner.
I think she is jealous of Op's life more than in love with Aaron specifically. Then she just thinks Aaron is the key to living the life she is. Elisa. Losing her father may have been a recent trigger that tipped her over into obsession. Your BF suddenly had a light bulb moment, you say. Thinking face. He generally is the most oblivious person in the world.
After weeks of me flirting and giving date hints, it took me literally screaming in his face, "Take me out on a date."
For him to realize I like him. He needs to wake up a bit so he can shut this stuff down sooner.
It probably would not have grown to be this big of a problem if he had shut it down early.
She probably took it as encouragement when he didn't tell her no.
Come on. That's ridiculous. If he's subject to unsolicited attention, it's not his fault.
Think of other situations where the outcome could be avoided. You don't put blame on the victim. That's just being a dumb single guy. How close is your BF's relationship with Taylor?
It's weird that your BF gets a shit ton of texts directly from Taylor, and it sounds like a lot, and never tells you about it or questions it.
Were they good friends to the point where it's normal for them to text each other directly like that?
Y'all Op said in her post that her BF showed her the messages. If he had anything to hide, he wouldn't have said anything or showed he the messages at all. Yeah, at this point he knew the confrontation is coming and Taylor will show those messages, so he had to do it first.
Yes, he's the most oblivious person in the world except Op. Tears of joy. Welcome to Am I the Asshole? Please view our voting guide here.
https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/wiki/fact#wiki_what.2019s_go/what_do_math.3f closing parenthesis comma and remember to use only one judgment in your comment.
Op has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. Greater than 1. I have spoken to my best friend since this happened. 2. If I ended our 20+ friendship over this. Help keep the sub engaging. Don't downvote assholes. Do upvote interestee. Ing posts. Click here for our rules.
https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/about/rules closing parenthesis and click here for our FAQ. https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/wiki/fact closing parenthesis. Hashtag subreddit announcements.
Follow the link above to learn more. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please, contact the moderators of this subreddit. https://www.reddit.com/message/compose/?2=r/amethyshole closing parenthesis if you have any questions or concerns. Contest mode is 1.5 hours long on this post. You need a new best friend.
What she is doing isn't normal.
NTA in this situation. Your friend does need help, but you need to be really clear about your own safety. She is unwell.
This is an instant NC situation because this friend has worked her butt off to betray you. You can't help her.
You are the trigger and she wants what she can't have and she didn't care who she was destroying on her way there, you mainly. You need distance and you need it fast. And Aaron needs to be clear with her about what he thought those memes were and he needs to NCA.
ND block everything.
Good luck. She sounds like she had huge fantasies in her head and she believes her own lies. Whatever you do, she'll spread mean lies about you.
Get out now and just tell her you're going on different paths.
She needs help, but don't go there, as plenty of people act like this and burn friendships all their life.
Hope you don't own a pet rabbit. Get back your keys and stop telling her stuff or posting anything about you and your partner. Automod ******. Thanks for posting. This comment is a copy of your post so readers can see the original text if your post is edited or removed. This comment is not accusing you of copying anything. Read this. https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyusHole/wiki/fact#wiki_post_deletion before contacting the mod team. https://www.reddit.com/message/compose?2fr2
Throwaway because best friend uses Reddit. Me, 23F, and my best friend, 23F, we'll call her Taylor, have been best fry. And since nursery. I have been my BF Aaron, 25 meters, for 2 years now. Me and Taylor went clubbing last week and she got extremely drunk. I got us a Uber back to her, and in the car she suddenly got angry because Aaron was asking if I'd like to stay at his that night. I thought she was mad because she wanted me to stay at hers, but then she started screaming at me that she's fancied Aaron since we started dating and she wants us to break up because it'll be the only way she can be happy because she will have a chance with him. I was shocked, of course, and dropped her home and got a Uber straight to Aaron's because she was way too drunk to talk about this properly. I told Aaron and he was shocked as well. And then something clicked in his brain and he showed me messages she had sent him. It was messages of her sending memes and TikToks, which she does a lot, but there was a lot of compatible star signs, Taylor and Aaron's, and cute date-out ideas. He didn't think anything of it, Beckow. Say TBH, he is very oblivious to a girl flirting with him. And assumed the date ideas was for me and him. He then asked me if I ever suggested going to certain events with just the three of them. I said no and he had a holy moly moment. He showed me more messages and there was loads of messages from Taylor asking if he wanted to watch this film or eat at this restaurant or go to this spa with her. He assumed that it was the three of us because me and Taylor was almost always hanging out when she sent those messages. But Taylor never mentioned it to me. Me and Aaron fell asleep and in the morning I sent Taylor a message basically saying I need time to process things before I talk to her. She never responded. I spoke to her cousin Molly, 22F, who I am quite close friends with, and she admitted that Taylor has had an obsession with Aaron ever since we've started dating, and she even has this love spell she got off TikTok that she's used to get Aaron to fall in love with her. I have no idea what that even is. I still haven't spoken to Molly and I don't know about how our friendship can get over this. WIBTA if I tell her she needs professional help? I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please, contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message, compose, to equals, r, am I the asshole? If you have any questions or concerns. And ta. She doesn't seem like a friend, def a breach of bro code. I would have Aaron politely tell her he's not into her and then you send a message stating that you are no longer interested in being friends. Unless you are interested, then you will need to find a way to do that and have trust. Which is going to be very hard. NTA. She does need professional help. This honestly does not sound like something someone in their 20s would do. 12. Maybe. 23. A love spell? She's been overtly hitting on your boyfriend without regard for how that would make you feel. She doesn't care about you aside from beating you and winning your boyfriend. You should send her a message letting her know that she was out of line, she needs help, and you have no desire to continue the friendship. Then you and Aaron should block her completely and move on. Girls like that will ruin lives. If you try to salvage it, you need professional help as well. Get out.
It's not only wildly inappropriate and unhealthy how she feels about your boyfriend, it's also just terrible behavior that someone would never do or say to a true friend. It really does suck that she is interested in her friend's boyfriend, but she clearly isn't doing anything to get over it. The whole love spell, dad's dying wish thing is just insanity. If she were a real friend to you, she would do anything to get over her crush, but instead she is indulging in it.
I don't think this friendship survives this, and I don't think it should.
Your friend is unhinged and I would go no contact immediately.
There's no discussion with what she said and what she sent your BF and told her cousin.
You and your BF should block her on everything and be prepared to get a no-contact order because you know she'll do something crazy. NTA, but why WBTA if you were to say anything to her, because clearly you are not the right person to tell her she needs therapy.
She obviously does, but as far as she's concerned right now, you're the competition.
Of course you're going to say something like, you need help. You think that she's going to steal your boyfriend, and in her mind, she just might.
That might just aggressively turn her away from being accepting of any kind of assistance, and that's the last thing you want for her rig.
HT now.
Aaron should be telling her that he's not interested.
But he shouldn't be the one to tell her she needs therapy either.
I'm assuming you know her family quite well. Is there someone that you can bring your concerns up with and ask them to check on her?
Someone that you trust to at least keep your part in their concern to themselves?
She definitely needs help, but I would avoid being connected to any discussion about that as much as possible. Whether you plan to remain friends with her
or not, at the moment she's clearly not in a suitable position to see that your concern comes out of love for her and worry that she's not doing okay.
NTA.
It doesn't sound like you used the term insane, and frankly it does sound like she could use professional counseling to get over her obsession with your BF.
You and Aaron should keep your distance from her.
Do not be mean or snarky with her. Be kind. In her eyes you have it all and she's going to be very raw to anything you suggest. With that said, you two need to have a conversation, but you're in a position where you need to be civil no matter what.
No. People mistake kindness for tolerance.
This girl is completely unhinged and delusional, and walking on eggshells around someone who's literally scheming behind your back is not the way.
It doesn't work.
Civil to a wannabe homewrecker?
You are so innocent.
Don't say she needs help.
NTA, just cut off all contact with her and move from there. Inta but WYM, love spell.
Reminds me of that scene in Mean Girls where Regina tells Aaron that Katie kept his old tissue to do voodoo on.
Right?
I was like, wait, and his name is Aaron?
Thinking face.
You and Aaron need to cut Taylor out immediately and convince her family that they need to get her to see a psychiatrist.
NTA.
Why does this sound like the script to some horny teen witch flick?
Yikes. NTA. My best friend and I have been friends for a while now. He is gay and is happily dating someone. I am panromantic and am still gladly single. I did develop feelings for my friend and I did tell him how I felt, and we still remain good friends. The thing is that I told him while sober and I wasn't secretly obsessing over him. Your friendship with Taylor will need a serious miracle to recover from this. She has been secretly obsessing over your BF for years, and this is before her father Pa. SSED, so that can't be her excuse, and even wanted you and your BF to break up all so she can be happy, aka your misery and heartbreak for her happiness. I think that you should distance yourself from Taylor until she can either come to her rational senses, which I doubt will happen, or you end this friendship as it is going to turn toxic if it hasn't already. You can mention the fact that she needs professional help if you wish, but I personally wouldn't, as it could make things worse. NTA, she's not a friend though. That's someone who is jealous of you. You should not remain friends with her. All I'm reading is Taylor needs her ass beat. But no, seriously, time to cut Taylor off. She's clearly delusional. Give us an update when you can. NTA. You need to go no contact. It really sucks to lose a friend, especially a long-time one, but don't get caught up in the sunken time fallacy because you can make new, actually good, friends and it's clear she doesn't care about you. A real friend doesn't stalk and obsess over their other friend's SO for 2 years asterisk.
At that, you've been with him for over 2 years. She clearly didn't get the hint that he wasn't interested.
I guarantee if you were dating someone with less aversions to infidelity,
she would have 100% been sleeping with your SO behind your back. It's a good thing you have a loyal and good SO. Definitely drop the friend though. That drunk car ride revealed her true colors. And if she's obsessed to the point of 2 years and her cousin being aware, there's a chance the messaging and stalking will only escalate to something worse and more drastic if you don't go and see.
Edit. I didn't address the title, which is the main point, but I think in this situation it might be dangerous. Not in you and your SO's best interest to confront her directly and call her insane. I really just recommend blocking her on everything and going NTA. But also, shout out to my man Aaron for being thick as 2 bricks and not even considering a girl is flirting with him. We've all been there, man. Taylor needs professional help. Your friendship as it is over.
There's no way to continue this friendship unless she gets the help she desperately needs. The treatment works. She sincerely recognizes how incredibly inappropriate she's been and apologizes to the both of you, and she feels nothing towards Aaron.
UWNBTA.
NTA, but do not tell her she needs professional help. It might tip her over the edge.
Taylor has lost her dad. She's grieving for sure and maybe psychologically messed up right now. Maybe has been for some time.
I don't care how long you have been friends. She is behaving super erratically, and if you had just met her, and she is acting this way, would you still distance yourself or not?
Would you still be a little creeped out or not? You have something she wants. It may have always been that way.
Why? Only you didn't realize it.
Think, OP. Think. I bet there are lots of things that she envies about you, that you never noticed. Till now. She wants your man.
Some women will do anything to have a man, and her dad dying is going to spur her on to make sure that happens, and you don't know what she will do to get him.
Be careful, be very careful. This is going to sound ridiculous, but
don't let her give you anything with her blood on it, and make sure your BF doesn't accept anything like that from her, either.
TLDR, I know people that have dealt with legit spells. Everyone who I have talked to, and everything I have heard, has told me to never fuck with any kind of spells involving blood, or binding magic. Don't fuck around with that shit. I know you mentioned TikTok love spells. But if she is that unhinged, I wouldn't put it past her to try something legit. And you don't want to deal with that. Trust me.
NTA.
Edited. ETA, I don't really care about the down votes, but I do love that people are resorting to insulting me rather than actually engaging in civil discussion. I really don't care what anyone's opinion on spells, witchcraft are, and it's not my place to try to change your beliefs, nor would I even attempt to anyway. It's not worth the effort. I know what my beliefs are, and I am secure in them, and that's what matters to me.
You got me morbidly curious. Could you tell some tales about the blood spells?
I know there are binding spells that you absolutely don't want to fuck around with. Anything tied in blood, regardless of the intention at the time the spell was cast, can be turned against you, if the person who cast the spell is strong enough, and their intentions are bad enough. I was tangentially involved with removing some spells from someone I know. I'd rather not go into specifics here. And I heard from the person they got removed from, that the person who removed the spell, and everyone present, felt the spell release, and that the dish holding the incense literally shattered. It's not stuff you want to fuck around with, especially if A.
You don't know what you're doing. B. They don't know what they are doing. And C. Their intentions ever have the potential to turn malicious. Like here.
You're just delusional, lol. I told someone else the same thing I'm going to tell you. My comment wasn't meant for you. If your parents didn't teach you not to be respectful and keep your trap shut if you have nothing nice to say, that's entirely a you issue, and a parenting failure on their part, not a me problem. I was asked a question, and I answered. None of it involved you, or concerned you in any way, so move on now, child. Spells and witchcraft ain't real.
The only reason you shouldn't give someone you blood-stained things or other bodily fluids is because it is unhygienic.
Okay, whatever you say. I'm not getting into a debate or argument with someone who doesn't have an open mind, and my comment wasn't meant for you anyway. Move along now. I don't care what anyone says. I believe our intentions absolutely have power. Slightly smiling face.
If this has anything to do with the spaghetti sauce thing.
Disguised face loudly crying tears of joy. NTA. You two should definitely have a sit-down conversation just to see where this obsession has come from.
Then depending on how you feel, go from there. From experience, having someone who is secretly obsessed with your so is not fun and can get super messy.
Let alone knowing it's your close friend, definitely needs to be boundaries.
Unhealthy obsession at its finest. It's fine for her to like your BF since feelings aren't something you can control, but going behind your back is a no. If she's planning for her dates today, she'll start to sabotage yours tomorrow. Don't let it get that far and just cut her off.
Stay away from her, please. She needs professional help.
It's so hard when you've been friends for so long and this guy you don't even know if y'all are end goals. That being said, it's so disrespectful of your friend and shows what she really thinks of your long friendship. I would take a step back and stop talking to her.
And cut her off right away. She has a RLLY unhealthy obsession with your BF, so cut her off and don't talk to her and cut contact. NTA, but just cut her out of your life.
Block her on everything and go on your way with Aaron.
You don't need her in your life. No one needs a wannabe man-stealer.
Her cousin can tell her she needs professional help. Yes, absolutely, get some professional help, always resolves conflicts.
NTA.
She sounds like she needs serious help. A love spell? TF?
NTA, your friend is creepy as hell for casting a spell on him.
Drop the friend and keep the BF.
Y'all need to block her weird ass. Yep.
That's crazy, alright.
Keep us updated. And stay safe. NTA.
Get Aaron to send her a greeting saying he's not interested at all, and will block hers on all media. This seems like 17-year-old stuff, not a 23-year-old.
She needs to grow up.
NTA, but I know which TT video that is.
It's the one where you wet her finger and put it behind her ear or something. Is this a Mean Girls post? Sorry if it isn't, it just reads like it would be tears of joy. If not, then NTA, what a bad friend and crazy person.
Your friendship can't get over it right now. YWNBTA. Drop that psycho of a so-called friend. That girl is delulu.
NTA. And definitely cut her out of your life. If your boyfriend would have gone along with it, she would have had him cheat on you.
That's not a friend.
She's not your friend.
Yeesh, your ex-BFF sounds like she's 13, not 23.
Removed.
Your comment has been removed because it violates Rule 1. Be civil. https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/about/rules/closing parenthesis.
If we've removed a few of your recent comments, your participation will be reviewed and may result in a ban.
Why do I have to be civil in a sub about assholes? https://www.reddit.com/r/amethyshole/wiki/fact. Message the mods. https://www.reddit.com/message/compose?r/amethyshole. If you have any questions or concerns. Professional help?
No. She is low-key trying to take your BF.
That is not a friend anymore.
You need to end this friendship. She has been completely inappropriate and it can only get worse from here.
If you continue to allow her around him, only bad things can happen.
I wouldn't put it past her to make a move on him on person.
The insane part is not she likes your boyfriend. The insane part is she's flirting with him non-stop, try to set up dates, tell you to break up with him and casting spells on him.
NTA. That was no friend.
Do not tell her to seek professional help. Just distance yourself from her. If she's been obsessed with your BF for the last 2 years, even going so far as to yell at you that you can't go to his place because you need to break up with him so she can date him, she has the potential to be dangerous. Don't assume that because you've been friends for so long she's okay.
I've never wanted to be in relationships with my best friend's SOs. I even met an ex of one of my besties, and we had incredible chemistry.
Guess what?
I didn't even consider it because chemistry doesn't matter.
My friendship with my friend is _more important. There are billions of men, but good friends are hard to find.
If your supposed best friend doesn't understand this, then she's dangerous. Your BF is a gem for showing you their messages. You might ask if he's willing to pull back their relationship as well. Good luck with this mess. Please update us. Nope. OP. Go no contact with your friend. NTA. Run away, far away, you and your BF. Block clapping hands light skin tone, her clapping hands light skin tone. NTA.
She definitely needs professional help.
Ditch the friend ASAP.
NTA at all. This sounds absolutely insane, and I'd be willing to bet serious money Taylor would legitimately be planning to actually start sabotaging your relationship with Aaron and/or genuinely plotting to get you out of the picture a la murder.
Of course that's super extreme, but, shit, I could see it.
NTA, and she definitely needs professional help. And her obsession with your boyfriend, especially to the point of trying to arrange dates with him and demanding you break up with him, is definitely worth ending the friendship over. Sorry you're dealing with this.
I have to follow this in case there's an update. Lol.
Because Taylor is fucking crazy.
Please be very careful with such a friend and make sure Molly
helps her to get professional help. 'Cause Taylor may lie her way out. And you should definitely ghost her. This is something only a professional can help. I could be wrong, but I feel like used black magic she found on TikTok to try to steal my boyfriend is a big friendship no-no.
NTA. I'd suggest cutting her off. If you say professional help, it'll likely turn on you. You can't only help only those who want to be helped. I don't think she's in a receptive state.
NTA. She sounds like she truly does need professional help. Probably best to just completely block her on any form of contact and/or social media, including your boyfriend.
I wouldn't even bother calling her insane though. It could just make things a lot worse than they already are for you.
Not all friendships are for life.
We grow and we change, and friendships ebb and flow.
It sounds like you need to let this friend go for now, as she is not being a real friend to you. You may find your way back to each other down the track, but for now you need space. NTA. Edit to add. But don't tell her she's insane. Either just block her, honestly, no explanations are required at this point, or tell her that her actions have led to a break in your trust in her and you need a break from your FR.
I end ship as a result.
Then block her. Your BF should too.
NTA. But her unbeknownst to you and Aaron,
long-term obsessive, stalking behavior might be a sign of something deeper.
Her future behavior warrants closer monitoring by you too.
As the old country saying goes, her cornbread might not be cooked all the way in the middle. This is obviously NTA, but why do you even post on this subreddit since you know you're not the asshole? Why don't you post in some relationship advices subreddits?
I swear sometimes this subreddit is filled with validation posts like this.
The only way to help her back to reality is for you and BF to completely block her and stay out of her way. That's all you can do. Hopefully, if she is starved of his presence, she will eventually shake this off.
Also, the cousin needs to be put on an info diet so your friend can't get anything from her either. I think she's more to be pitied than anything. Good luck. NTA. And I always thought you Brits were so much more grounded than us crazy Yanks. Hope she gets help.
NTA. Taylor isn't a very good friend. She knows you are with Aaron and yet she wants him?
I think it's safe to say Taylor needs professional help and you need a new friend. NTA. And just a big yikes. She needs professional help and you likely need to go low contact. That's an insane amount of obsession.
Really can't wait until the Americans ban TikTok.
It was ruining people's lives. Are such losers.
Time to distance yourself from her.
She's been obsessed with your BF for 2 years and won't be stopping. So remove the temptation and both you and Aaron go and see.
NTA.
Drop this friendship.
She is not your friend.
She is unhinged and needs professional help. And she is not going to listen to you telling her that.
Both of you should be watching your backs. This chick is not dealing with a full deck. There's too much going on. She definitely needs therapy. Your poor BF is probably totally confused.
She does need help. NTA. I wouldn't tell her any damn thing.
Just drop her crazy ass.
You and Aaron should block her everywhere and never speak to her again. That's scary. Please protect yourselves. NTA. Getting a love spell off of TikTok is wild to me. Lol.
But that's not the right move. It isn't a mental health issue. She just wants to steal your boyfriend. As long as he's not reciprocating, you don't have an issue.
Both of you should cut her off. She's not a friend. Nothing to salvage here.
Lol. Love spell. You gotta drop this girl, tell her she's a freak and that her messages and actions have been completely inappropriate. You deserve better friends that respect her boundaries and partners loudly crying that actually sounds like hell. I hope her figuring things out up.
Why would you even want to continue a friendship with her? She's clearly unstable, jealous and manipulative.
Your friend's an asshole. Time to break up with her.